Vegas Scoreboard Express.
You're tuned into the KSX Digital Sports Network.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket.
Giving you that grace.
Finally back, got my main man Ron Third Down. Best bets on the line with me, JB the Ticket. And Vegas Scoreboard Express live from the VSX Digital Sports Studios. Ron, did you figure out how to get that phone working? Go ahead.
I did, sir. You got the coffee going.
There you go. Don't need you falling off into your coffee. The fans are waiting for those betting picks. Again, you guys can follow us on Instagram, JB the Ticket. Follow the show on the Bird at We Beat the Line. And, of course, you can check us out on our website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. So, Ron, glad to have you. Let's jump right into it. Vegas Golden Knights, these guys are in the NHL Finals, man. These guys have made it back. It's really amazing how they are able to be such a successful hockey team so early in their creation and being the first professional sports team here in Las Vegas in a major sports league. It has been a great journey for me, myself, as someone who moved here right before they really got started. So it was excellent to see these guys come out and be successful. They made it to the NHL Finals, I think, in that first season. Now to see them back going up against the Florida Panthers team that a lot of people are saying that they're going to be tough, but they think that the Vegas Golden Knights are going to take it. This game tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time at T-Mobile Arena. Rotation number 43, the Florida Panthers. These guys are going to be heading out here to Vegas in the desert. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be tough for the Florida Panthers going up against those Golden Knights. I'm telling you right now, the Golden Knights right now, plus 1.5 on the puck line. The Florida Panthers, of course, Vegas minus 1.5, minus 130. Really good price if you want to take Vegas money line tonight. I'm telling you, it's a very, very good deal. Over and under 5.5 goals. And we saw Vegas get that last week with that Game 6 win over Dallas, scoring 3 goals in like the first 2 minutes and then finishing it out with 6+. So talking about this game tonight, first game, NHL Finals. This is for all the marbles. What have you seen over the last couple of days as far as from the news, different practice things that you've seen, Ron? And where do you think Vegas is going to come out on this? A lot of people are putting a ton of money on Vegas to win this first game. Florida at only plus 110 on the money line. Not a big difference as far as who you think can win the first game. I think the line makers have given us a great opportunity if you want to take maybe even a double ticket and bet both sides of this thing. But go ahead.
Well, I think it's going to be a really tough series. Florida is a really scrappy team that really scrapped their way to the final. I mean, they came out of nowhere. Nobody expected them to be here right now. But Vegas is a really good team, and I think Vegas is going to win today. And I already said it weeks ago. I think Vegas is going to be sipping from the cup. But I think it's going to be a tough series. I think the games are going to be tight. I think Florida is going to make Vegas and their fans earn it. I mean, sweat it out. And I think it's going to be a really tight series.
It is going to be a tight series, man. I think this one's going to go to Game 6. I think this one's going to go to a Game 6. It'd be great to get Vegas into the winner's circle. But let's talk a little bit about some of the stats. Again, this being brought to you by our friends over at BetUS. You guys want to get over to them, giving you a 125% bonus using offer code VSX125. So, talking about it again, rotation number 43, Florida Panthers tonight versus Vegas Golden Knights, rotation number 44. Now, Vegas has had some issues on the power play. That's been one of the big concerns over the last couple of months into the playoffs, but it hasn't affected them. They're here in the Stanley Cup Finals, and they know one of the big things with Vegas is they like to get out early. And I love that about this team. If they can maintain and get those early leads, especially in hockey, going up 3-0 in the first, period and trying to maintain that has been their key. So do you think that going up against Florida, a team that has also been known to have their own scoring droughts, we may be able to look at some of these puck lines as a possible betting opportunity, maybe sticking with that, getting some value? Vegas is known to score. Okay, so if Florida can get maybe 1 or 2 pucks in that goal, we're talking about a puck total today of 5.5. Ron, what do you think you'll see? Go ahead.
Well, I think we're probably going to hit I think it's going to go under myself. I think Florida's goalie doesn't get enough credit. Bobolevsky's really good. Nobody's talking about him. This guy has developed this year into like one of the top goalies in the league right now. Yep. If he stays on the pace he's on right now, if he's as hot as he was in his last two series, it's going to be tough for Vegas. But they've got some guns that'll just keep shooting. So that's the thing. It's just going to be a series of attrition. I really do. I think Vegas is just going to keep firing at him the whole series, and he's going to stop everything he can. But I think they're just going to put too many shots on him. They can't stop at all. I mean, Vegas has got one of the most impressive offenses I've seen in the NHL in years. I mean, they come at you just attacking like waves.
They really do, and they've got an ex-Panther on the team in Jonathan Marchessault. Now, he's had 9 goals in the last 10 games. You got Jack Eichel, 18.6 goals, and also you got William Karlsson with a team-high 10 goals. So they've got a great forward attack, and I think that if the Vegas Golden Knights, again, can get out early and focus on jumping all over these guys, I think the Florida Panthers may be down for the count in Game 1. Again, you guys can check out this game on Fubo TV. Go over to FuboTV.com/JB. I'm giving you 15% off, saving you 15%, 7 days free. Get over to our friends over at Station Casinos, the book. Want to give a shout-out to my main man, Brian. Thank you so much for your support. Looking forward to getting that going with you guys this football season. So you guys are going to want to keep it locked. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. When I get back, me and Ron are going to start jumping into a little bit more detail about this NHL season and why our owner out here in Las Vegas, give a shout out to him, Bill Foley. He said we're going to win a championship in 6 years. He's putting his money where his mouth is. Can he complete it? Vegas Golden Knights, rotation number 44 going up against rotation number 43, the Florida Panthers. Give a shout out to the state of Florida too. 2 teams in championship series, the major championship series right now, Florida Panthers and the Miami Heat. And, of course, we got that NBA talk coming up for you right after this short commercial break and later on in the show. More with my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets. Ron, any shout-outs before I take this short commercial break and pay some bills? And don't fall asleep in your coffee. That's right. Shout-out to Linwood Hard Rock Hamilton, defender of the youth. Guy's trying to get his documentary going. You got all this writer strike in L.A., man. Hard to find good workers. But I'm telling you, lower your prices and get better attorneys. You guys know what time it is. JB the Ticket, 107.1 FM, KSHP, AM 1400. And, of course, you can listen to me on iHeart, Spotify, and all of your major podcast and radio download apps. So keep it locked here. When I come back, we're going to be breaking down more of Game 1, Vegas Golden Knights, and then jumping into a preview of that NBA action. And also going to be mentioning some of the coaching carousel that move around in the NBA. So, again, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
ZynWorld Premium CBD offers full and broad-spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules which are designed to help you feel your best. Their products are sourced from the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at ZynWorld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Ranch Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in-store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
Locally owned and operated, come on down to Academy of Hair Design located at 5191 West Charleston Boulevard, number 150 today to begin your career in cosmetology. There is something for everyone from cosmetology to nail technology. You will be able to have the hands-on training that is needed to succeed in this career field. Call 702-878-1185 or visit www.ahdvegas.com today.
Yo, 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 you in the mix. World's finest, man.
And I had to come to him.
The DJ keeping the party going. The DJ keeping the party going all night long.
listening to the boss of the big four, JB the Ticket.
Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that.
Waking you up early in the morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. every Saturday and Sunday. Rocking with the boss of the big four, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Got my main man, Ron, third down, best bets back on the line with me. You can follow him over on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Talking this Stanley Cup Finals Game 1 here in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. We're trying to put cash in your pocket tonight, people. Vegas Golden Knights back in the Stanley Cup Finals 2 times in their first 6 years of existence. Ron, it has been an exciting NHL season, and you've also got the state of Florida bringing out 2, not 1, but 2 teams in major sports championships. Again, the Florida Panthers in the NHL and the Miami Heat in the NBA. You guys can catch these games live on Fubo TV. Go over to FuboTV.com/JB. Giving you 15% off. So if you listen to the show, love what I'm doing, I'm keeping cash in your pocket. Going to make up for a couple of those losses last week. Got to make up for them, but we got great teams. There are no dogs in the finals. When you get to the championship game, doesn't matter what side you bet, you just got to be on the right side of the cash. So, Ron, jumping back into this NHL playoff game, championship game, again, rotation number 43, the Florida Panthers, darlings of the Eastern Conference in the NHL, plus 1.5 on the puck line, plus 110 on the money line. Total goals scored, 5.5 versus those Vegas Golden Knights here at home. Our home team, again, give them a shout out for making it back to the NHL final championship round. Stanley Cup on the line. Their rotation number, again, take that bet early today, 44, puck line minus 1.5, money line minus 130. You know I love those good prices. So when you talk about a team as good as the Vegas Golden Knights, they have had some changes, some rotation in the box, a.k.a. the crease, a.k.a. the goal. But we've got a great goalie, young guy coming out, really stepping up, doing what he's got to do, and Aiden Hill. This guy's got a 94% save ratio, 7-3 goals scored versus Edmonton. The guy has really stepped up for Brassard. He was injured in Game 3 on the second round against Edmonton. But looking at Aiden Hill, do you think he's going to be one of these super stoppers that Vegas has been known for since they've been in the NHL? Go ahead.
He very well could be. He's pretty impressive from what I've seen so far. He's got really quick feet. I like how he moves his feet. He's shifty, and that's really good for a goalie. You got to be able to get that leg out there and block those pucks. You know, and he's got quick feet. That's really important.
Right, and he's got 2 shutouts in this playoffs, and that's very important. I know Vegas was a little bit, used to seeing Marc-Andre Fleury in the background trying to get that thing going, but he's retired, doing what he's doing, representing. But I like what Aiden Hill does. Like you said, he's got great feet, but he's also a good anticipator. He does something a lot of people don't like. He kind of leaves the goal, leaves the net a little bit. But I think with him anticipating and getting back, he's kind of like opening windows and losing windows. That only cost them against the Dallas Stars in that, I think, at Game 3, Game 4, where it looked a little bit tight. But going into this championship game tonight, his first Stanley Cup Finals appearance, do you think that could maybe be a little bit of a feather in Aiden Hill's cap tonight if he can get a shutout? Or do you think he's just going to try to manage the net and get the win? Go ahead.
Well, I think every goalie in the NHL, shoots for a shutout every game. I mean, they get pretty upset. I see those sticks getting smacked against the bars when they give them a goal. So, but I think he's going to keep it low. I'm seeing a 2-1 win myself. That's what I'm calling right now. I think it's going to be a 2-1 Vegas win.
That looks like we're talking about possibly going under that total line. Again, 5.5 being brought to you by BetUS.com. Go over to BetUS.com and all your legal jurisdictions if you're of legal age. And also if you need help with your betting, go get some gambling help. Search it online. Plenty of places here that can get you set up where you want to be. So again, you're talking about -2. I'm thinking this game is going to be a blowout, man. I think Vegas is going to come out super duper excited. They should be able to at least get a total of 5 goals. I mean, Vegas is good for 3. They're good for 3. You think you just said what? 2-3, 3-2, 3-1. What do you think that's going to be?
2-1.
2-1.
I said 2-1, and I'm only saying because I think Florida's goalie is hot as hell right now. He is stopping everything right now. He's been playing incredible, and I think he's going to keep him in the game. I really do. I think if the series goes on, he won't be as effective. He's going to wear out a little bit because they're going to pepper him with shots all game long. So.
Right.
But he's been really impressive. He's looked really good. He's really the reason they're here. Nobody's talking about it.
All right. Well, we're going to be talking about it. Go ahead.
They shut Carolina out twice in that last series. They had the second most points in the league. So
it's very important to talk about these shutouts, man, because the puck line, in my opinion, when you talk about a puck line bet, total pucks in hockey, it's kind of an easy game, right, to get those. Because, again, if the net's starting to get open, it's starting to get wide, players are starting to look at it from that perspective of, look, let me get multiple scores in one game. And you know we're capable of it with our guy Jack Eichel, Marcia Salt. And you got Aiden in the hill. You know what that is. Vegas Scoreboard Express, JB the Ticket. You guys know what to do. Take rotation number 44, Vegas Golden Knights. Don't waste your time. Take a money line, minus 130. I like them to win the game. Just don't even think about touching that puck line today because they do have a solid goalie they're going up against. But at minus 130, low enough price to put cash in your pocket. Ron, when we get back from this commercial break, we're going to jump into this NBA coaching carousel and do a little bit of a preview for tomorrow's game. Any shout-outs before this commercial break, again, being brought to you by Fubo TV. Give a shout-out to my folks over at Station Casinos. Thank you guys so much for all that you're doing. Shout-out to my guy Brian. Also want to give a shout-out to my guy over in the law office, my main guy, Tim Treffinger. This man, personal attorney, one of the best here in Las Vegas. You want to hook him up with all of your legal needs. Don't go anywhere else. He's going to put the pressure on him. Put the pressure on him. And you know they're trying to play us, trying to rob JB. You know that's not going to happen. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Just like my main man Ron, third down best. Best says get the money. Any shout-outs and I'll get you back to where you want to be. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I got to mention my Vegas Knights fan, Rita Rivera Woodward. Good luck, Rita. You're going to be enjoying the cup soon.
That's right, enjoying that cup soon. Go Knights, VGK. You guys stay tuned, 107.1 FM. JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express, trying to wake you up early in the morning every Saturday and Sunday right here on KSHP. Check us out on KSHP.com, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. NBA, when we get back, what's happened to all these coaches, man? These guys are getting fired left and right. I don't know what's going on with them, but you know what time it is. Time for them to get it together so we can talk about those futures and get this money. JB the Ticket. Stay with the grease.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
The London Bridge Resort in Lake Havasu is the perfect place to vacation in style. Their beautifully designed suites include stunning views, a kitchenette, and free Wi-Fi. The well-reviewed and affordable resort has tons of amenities, including a breakfast buffet, kids camp, a 9-hole golf course, 3 pools, a marina, boat tours, a water slide, and a great nightlife scene. London Bridge Resort is centrally located in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Go to londonbridgeresort.com to plan your getaway today. London Bridge Resort, your Arizona oasis destination.
This football season, stay in the game with Fubo TV. Over 100 live channels, including NFL Network, NBA TV, and FS1. Don't miss any of the action. Get 7 days free on us at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mole's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mole's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
Yo, you in the mix. World's finest, man.
And I had had to come to him.
The DJ keeping the party going. The DJ keeping the party going all night long. You're listening to the boss of the big four, JB the Ticket.
Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, back at you live, KSHP, AM 1400, 107.1 FM. Lock it in on your dial. Ron, third down, best bets. We're the only team that's giving you sports betting each and every weekend, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. early in the morning, like I said before, bringing out that cash box. Ron, back on the line with me here, VSX Digital Sports contributor. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Now, just to touch a little bit more on that VGK game tonight versus the Florida Panthers. We were talking about their goalie for the Florida Panthers. His name is Sergei Bobrovsky. Man, this guy's got another opportunity to shine tonight. He's a two-time Vezina Trophy winner. Went 4-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals at 97% save rate, 1.5 goal average. Could be a little bit tough tonight. I was looking at a couple of those stats. Let's jump back into this hockey before we talk about this NBA. Now, you're talking about a guy who right now is kind of a wall for Florida. And like
that's
you said
why I'm going under, brother.
He's like a wall. I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, look, I know Vegas likes to shoot, but this guy has been stopping everything. Go ahead.
But he's going to get pelted, so some are going to get through, but I don't think a lot. But he's like a wall.
Sounds like a dog that's barking. I'm like, 97% save ratio. Man, but that's awesome, though.
It's going to be interesting today, man. You got a great offense going against a great goalie. It's going to be really interesting.
It's going to be great on both sides. And, again, you got a guy who's won the Vezina Trophy 2 times, and the word is he's playing the best hockey of his career. But we're still checking in with those Vegas Golden Knights, hoping they can pull out that money line. Minus 130. Take them in the puck line if you're scared. Rotation number 44. So let's jump into this NBA. A lot of coaching carousel going on, man. Guys getting fired every single weekend. But we've seen a couple of hires, so let's jump into that. Now, as you know, the past couple of weeks has been a little bit crazy in the NBA. We've seen guys like Doc Rivers get fired. We knew that was going to happen. Saw the coach down in Phoenix get fired. We saw the guy in Sacktown get blown out. What was that? Mike Brown, coach of the year, getting beat. So when you talk about it going forward in the NBA, we see a lot of changes. You got Dwayne Casey. He got kicked out of the Detroit Pistons. My goodness. But I think they just picked up Monty Williams, so that's good. He was just the coach of the year. Give out a shout-out to Monty Williams, coach of the year. Phoenix Suns, he picked up another job, so that's good. But he's going over to a Pistons team that weren't that bad this year, but, again, they're just playing on a milk carton. We don't know who any of these guys are. They don't have any super NBA superstars, as folks like to, try to focus on. Milwaukee Bucks, they picked up Adrian Griffin, another milk carton guy, but a lot of people in Milwaukee are jumping around thinking he's going to be the guy that brings them back the championship respectability. Nick Nurse in Philadelphia, I think that's going to be a tough road to hoe for him because Joel Embiid has got this process. I'm like, man, screw the process. Put some Jerry Carroll in that afro and let's get to work. We should have had a championship this year. Should have been able to put some cash in your pocket. Forget the process. Go straight to the Jerry Carroll juice. And then you got Phoenix Suns picking up the old Lakers coach, Frank Vogel. A lot of people are happy about Phoenix picking him up, but he's got a moody and an aging Kevin Durant on his squad. So a lot of guys moving around. Superstars not happy. James Harden, again, Philadelphia picking up Nick Nurse, but Harden wants to hit the skids and get out of the door. Toronto Raptors, his former team, still looking for a head coach. So, and let's not forget you got Ime Udoka down in Houston after the scandal up in Boston, and Boston just got beat. Wow. A lot of coaches saying bye-bye, a lot of coaches saying hi. Talk about it from the perspective, though, from betting. A lot of these coaches I'm seeing move around the NBA. There are no premier coaches in the NBA. I told you that before, from the days of Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, Don Nelson. I mean, guys that you knew, Rudy Tomjanovich. I mean, these were guys that you could count on to be a star in their own right, and you had some sort of knowledge of their coaching style. But this round-robin coaching carousel that we've seen over the past couple of years in the NBA, it has been a tough road to hoe to try to keep teams on your betting list because you get one coach, he focuses on dropping threes all the time. Another coach may try to do transition defense, but there's no consistency. Talk to me about what you're seeing in this coaching carousel. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. I mean, there is no consistency. I personally think Frank Vogel to Phoenix is going to be a good move for him. I don't think Phoenix's core is that good. Like I said before, I think they're a soft team. I just don't see them winning. The chemistry is not right there. Something's not right. There's too much talent, and it just doesn't develop. I don't know what it is, but Monty Williams going to Detroit, I think will be a good move because they did get 2 first-round picks last year that both played, Jaden Ivey and I think it's Covey's the other gentleman, and they averaged about 15 a game. They had Cade Cunningham the year before. He only played 12 games, the number 1 overall pick, because he had shin problems. So I think you get Monty Williams in Detroit with some talent now. I think you're going to see Detroit rise real quick. I think you will. They're not going to be an NBA final candidate, but I think they're going to be out of the cellar next year. They're kind of middle of the group. Monty Williams is a good coach. I think it was a personnel issue, not a coaching issue in Phoenix.
Now let's talk a little bit about these guys up in Milwaukee, a championship team again, not able to repeat. Aiden Hill, what do you know about this guy? He's kind of milk carton to me. Again, I know he's been, Adrian Griffin. I know he was been kicking around the NBA over the last couple of seasons. But to step into this type of role, okay, when you go into one of these teams that are trying to get over the hump, it's a little bit more of a journey. But when you go into a team that has recently won a championship, you got to jump right back into the championship hunt. And what we saw this year from the Milwaukee Bucks was an absolute disaster. Nothing was going for these guys. How do you think Adrian Griffin is going to be able to help these guys? Because, again, he was on the sidelines as an assistant, back and forth. They finally decided to lock him in. But they don't have much more players around Giannis. A lot of guys have gotten traded away. A lot of the players from that championship team just aren't at that level anymore. What do you think the Milwaukee Bucks are going to have to do? Because you got a new head coach. You've got a superstar in Giannis. Not much else. Go ahead.
Well, Adrian Griffin, I remember him 2006. He actually started for the Dallas Mavericks against the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals. That didn't go very well for us.
Exactly. Dwayne Wade and Shaq cooked those boys.
Yeah, but that was his claim. That was his claim to fame. He had a couple good years with Dallas, and he did bounce around the league. He's been known as a really intelligent player, really a people person, a sharp guy. So I think he'll do okay there. I don't think he has the talent to win, though. I mean, they don't have any talent left. Since they won, they've lost. That's all they've done is lost talent.
That's what they've done.
Giannis is still good, but you got to give him help.
It's hard to get players to go to a place like Milwaukee, though. And again, recently Milwaukee had all that political controversy, so that was a little bit more tougher than we thought. And then you had the issues up in Minnesota. It's hard to get guys to go up to those northern Midwest states. You got the NBA playing in the dead of winter. Giannis, loyal guy, but again, as the guy who could be the face of the league, the Knicks are always looking for free agents. Giannis' free agency contract is coming up. There's even been some rumors talking about Embiid to New York. No, it's a bad move. Don't do it. Okay, do not do it. Okay, that's a totally bad move. But when you think about it from the perspective of Giannis in New York, big Greek community. Shout out to my folks all up on Astoria Avenue, 7 Train. You guys know I remember that. I think it would be a good move for him. I think Jalen Brunson and Giannis would be a great matchup. The Knicks have a lot of players that they're just not getting used right. I don't know why they still have Thibodeau under contract. I mean, I guess he won that playoff series, keep his job. But you're talking about a team right now loaded with talent, used incorrectly, got some big free agents coming up. Do you think that opportunity for the Milwaukee Bucks to start picking up some more talent, maybe trading away Giannis? I know that's a tall order, but Giannis is probably not going to spend more of his career than he needs to in Milwaukee. Reminds me of the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar situation. Remember when he came out and he was Lou Alcindor for that first season or two playing with the Milwaukee Bucks or whatever the Bucks were at the time, and then he came out to L.A., hooked up with his Muslim brothers, and became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that we all know. Milwaukee is just not known to create a longevity of a superstar's career. Okay? Ray Allen did the same thing. Remember, Ray Allen was a Buck for years. He was Jesus Shuttlesworth when he was playing with the Bucks. I had the jersey, the purple 34. Remember that? I had to go to Miami to win his championship. So until these teams that are in these northwestern, midwestern states start doing a little bit more because, I mean, they're doing a lot on contracts, just a collective bargaining agreement, but doing more to build teams with guys who want to be there. I mean, you look at the Utah Jazz over the last 30 years ago. They always had talent. You had John Stockton. You had the guy Hornacek. You had Karl Malone. And they were always picking up decent free agents like Howard Isley, Jock Vaughn, decent guys like that. I remember they picked up Deshaun Stevenson, guy fresh out of high school, Fresno, back in the day. You remember D. Steve? You got to know how to convince guys to go to some of these what we call mid-market or low media states or low media markets, if you will, because that is a part of their game. It's a part of their business, and it's also in relationship to where do you want to stay long-term, especially guys on their second and third contract. They don't want to be moving around, and they don't want to keep continually changing coaches. And when you look at two of the superstars right now in the NBA who are going through that, actually three of them, you got Kevin Durant, coaching change down in Phoenix, coaching change in Philadelphia with the MVP Joel Embiid, and then last year's NBA Finals MVP coaching change up in Milwaukee. So it's going to be interesting to see what the superstars are going to be doing. You got the NBA draft coming up again. You guys can watch that on Fubo TV. Go over to FuboTV.com/JB. Hooking you up with that 15% off. Guys, click those links. Support the sponsors. Keep this show going. You guys don't want to wake up with boring sports radio in the morning every Saturday and Sunday, do you? You want us to keep it locked here at Vegas Scoreboard Express 107.1 FM. Yo, you know what I'm talking about. These guys get up in the morning, start talking about, well, he was dating one of the Kardashians, and then, he didn't call her. Nobody don't want to hear that, man. I'm telling you, I ain't helping nobody. Never going to waste your time. All money, all sports. No bull. JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. When we get back, going to preview some more of this NBA game, but we're saving all that grease for you tomorrow. Be sure to tune in and lock in. I'm telling you, 107.1. Giving you a little bit of that British. Shout out to my nieces over in Europe. My little nephew, Julian. I know he tunes in all the time. He's going to be 10 years old this year. Can you believe that? He's got that little puff fro. I told him, man, what's up with the Sideshow Bob haircut with the kids? When we were kids, we shaved our head off. We all wanted to look like Michael Jordan. Now these kids legitimately look like the two clowns from The Simpsons. All of them. Even my other little nephew. I saw a picture of him yesterday. I'm like, yo, what's up with the little curly puff? Oh, they look like Sideshow Bob. But we're having a good time here over at KSHP. You guys are going to want to stay tuned and keep it locked. Ron, any shout-outs? We'll take this short commercial break and finish it up with some more grease. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I have one for my big brother, Richard Press, Mr. Kansas City Chiefs himself. Hope you're having a great day, brother.
Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, Calvin Ridley, I think he had got dropped a couple of weeks ago. They're probably going to pick him up, make that even more of a super team, but we're not talking NFL today. You guys are going to definitely want to stay tuned for that. We got NFL coming up in a couple of weeks after these NBA and NHL finals. So again, Ron, Third Down Best Bet. You can follow my co-host on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. He's going to be able to give you some pick packages. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket and our website at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. All you businesses out there, go to VSXDigitalSportsNetwork.com. If you're in Las Vegas or anywhere around the world, we're hooking you guys up with sponsorship and advertising that can make it move and put more customers in your door. So when I get back from this short commercial break, going to be wrapping up the show. Final segment, talking more NHL, more NBA. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Get the money.
Big Dogs Brewing Company, open 24/7, is an award-winning brewery, a full-service catering business, and a fun, smoke-free brew pub restaurant with a full-service bar, including over 35 craft beers on tap, 35 multi-denomination slot machines, the best gaming promotion, and a lively, dog-friendly outdoor patio. Big Dogs Brewing Company, 4543 North Rancho at Gray. Find out more at BigDogsBrews.com.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
More fire, more heat.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
JB the Ticket Vegas Scoreboard Express back at you live. Got my main man Ron, third down best bets on the line with me. Talking this NBA playoffs, giving you the exclusive grease that you need. All money, all sports, no bull. This is where you want to stay. Ron, so glad to have you back on the line. Let's jump back into this NBA talk. Are you there? Did you fall in your coffee cup? Go ahead.
No, I'm just there.
All right, just wanted to make sure you were still locking the load with us. Waking you up early in the morning. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. All that other boring sports radio is not helping you. So again, tonight, the big matchup. Vegas Golden Knights, rotation number 44 at home at the T-Mobile Arena, going up against rotation number 43, the Florida Panthers. You got Sergei Bobrovsky in the net for Florida, and you got Aiden Hill most likely going to be suiting up to stand in front of the hole for the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas, again, minus 130 on the money line. We like that money line price. You also have a decent value for our guys down in Florida, for all you Florida fans out there. And again, shout out to the state of Florida. You guys are putting two teams in major championships. Gotta love it. So again, Ron, third down best bets. You can follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. So as we get ready to wrap up the show today, man, I'm telling you, it's been a little bit of a dry weekend in sports betting. We're going to have a ton of baseball picks tomorrow with my main man Scotty. Beam him up web, East Coast Sports Investors, MLBDaily.com. He's our main contributor down in Tampa Bay. Follow him on all this baseball. He's going to be able to drop some grease for you. Also, if you guys want more information about a lot more sports, check out our partners over at EastCoastSportsInvestors.com. Shout out my man Jeff Dawson. You got Pop DiBiase, Prime Wave Media Group for all of your boxing news. I'm just giving my guys a shout out, let them know I haven't forgotten about them. But most importantly, we are not going to forget about getting this money. So again, the NBA tomorrow, just to touch on it a little bit. Game 2, the Miami Heat. In Game 1, these guys got absolutely obliterated, but that makes a lot of sense why they did. They had to go full distance with Boston, a day or two of rest, flying out to the Mile High City. I mean, it was set up for disaster. And unfortunately, I fell for it, and we bet a money line. It was a terrible situation for me. I know it blew up my ticket. Thought Jimmy Butler could maybe pull something out. They got close. Pause. They got close at the end of the game, around that spread line. 9.5, 8.5 is what I saw. I tried to take them plus 285 money line, but I should have known better. A team that goes to Game 7 is always much more difficult to play. And you saw it. They were very lethargic. Only 2 free throws for the entire game. Caleb Martin couldn't get a bucket. He hit 1-3. Max Strus couldn't buy a bucket. He was 0 for Dufalatas. I mean, it was a terrible situation. And I think it was because they were tired. And I don't think Game 2 is going to be much better in Denver, Mile High City. I mean, all these guys have had to do over the last couple of days is rest. The spread is high again, plus 8.5. Again, rotation number 515, the Miami Heat. Just to touch on this a little bit, Denver at home tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Denver absolutely mollywop these guys. You're talking about a guy who got a triple-double, and Nikola Jokic, I think this guy had like 25, 14, and 10, something crazy. I mean, this guy was passing all over the place, good for those assists. It was a complete domination, but I don't think that if they can get ahead early, I don't think the Miami Heat may or may not be the best team to pick tomorrow. It's just because they're just not well rested enough. But 2 free throws, bunch of missed bricks from the outside shots. That ain't going to get you where you need to be, man. And I'm telling you right now, I told you before, Eric Spoelstra, love him as a coach, but he seems too eager to get up and try to play again. You know those guys get their butts kicked in a fight, and then they hop up like, come on, let's go again, I ain't done yet. The teeth is all hanging on the ground, nose bleeding everywhere. That's Eric Spoelstra, man. He's got to stop doing that, number one. But I'm telling you right now, if the Miami Heat, again, are getting that much grease on the line at plus 8.5, if you want to talk about it from money line plus 290, these guys are all drained out. They're tired. And what we saw from Denver, a complete basketball clinic, Jamal Murray dropping buckets. Miami's got to get better shots. They got to just get buckets, man. Stop shooting the threes. Get to the basket. 2 free throws? You're talking about a dog that's barking. I think animal control might end up on control with these guys, but go ahead.
Well, I've been on the Nuggets for a while, bro. As you know on the show here, they are a complete team, and that's what I think the difference is. Miami's got a great team. They got a great coach, but they only have one great player, Jimmy Butler. And that's the problem when you get into the finals with a complete team. I mean, you got Jokic, you got Murray, you got Gordon. I mean, Denver can keep throwing different guys at you. And I just think when the series, by the time it's over, they just have too much firepower for Miami.
Way too much firepower for Miami. But, again, the Miami Heat are getting back Tyler Hero, another dead-eye shooter. They need shooting. That's what did them in Game 1. Too many outside shots. No attack in the basket. Do want to give a shout-out to Bam Adebayo. Going to need him to continue to play well as he did in Game 1, kept it respectable. But if the Miami Heat are going to continue to play outside and play small ball, they're going to get killed down low. I mean, Jokic basically had no one guarding him. What do you have, a 6'6" guy guarding him? That ain't going to work. I told you before, Bam Adebayo's more athletic. He can get around Jokic, but Jokic is that old sage from the YMCA. You know that guy that you can't get around? He plays like a champion. Was a D1 player back in the day, got a ton of knee pads on, but he's balling against you. That's Nikola Jokic, okay? He's hard to guard because he's a three-tool NBA player. He can pass, he can shoot, and he can rebound. And in today's NBA, that's really all you need to be successful. The ball's popping off with a bunch of bricks getting thrown up every 5-6 seconds. Nobody drives into the paint. And the passing lanes are always wide open. So going forward, like I said before, Nikola Jokic, you think he could possibly be the finals MVP because he got jerked out of the regular season MVP trophy. Go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. But I think Mr. Murray's going to give him a run for his money for that because Murray is hot right now. He really looks good. I think he's going to keep firing. And he was hurt for about a year and a half, and I know he's really happy to be back.
Well, back in the finals, they are JB the Ticket Vegas Scoreboard Express. My main man, Ron, third down, best bets. Follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Thank you guys so much for listening this morning. 107.1 FM. Going to take a short commercial break, and then we're going to come back and sign off with you. Going to give you more of the previews and the breakdown of that Miami Heat game. Like I said, Game 1, it was respectable. I watched it. The Miami Heat can't get down early, but they're playing on a short rest. Denver had 10-plus days of rest, basically came out of that rest, played a scrimmage against Miami, and went right back to sleep. JB the Ticket Vegas Scoreboard Express telling you, watch them dogs. Watch them dogs and see who in the hell left the gate open. JB the Ticket Vegas Scoreboard Express. Ron, any quick shout-out before I take this short commercial break and we sign off? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to mention the American Cancer Society. I want everybody to do anything they can to help. Blood, plasma, time, money, anything. With your prayers, anything. Let's fight this cancer and beat it once it's wrong.
I got to get in touch with those guys over at the American Cancer Society. Again, we always shouting out those guys for all the hard work they do. Myself and Ron have lost family members to that dastardly disease, and you don't want to keep that thing around too much longer, especially with all this AI and all this super vaccines, whatever type of crap you guys are coming up with. Put something together to finally beat this cancer. And all it is rust in the body. That's why I tell you guys, keep the grease inside of you. Keep it locked here, 107.1 FM, AM 1400 KSHP, JB the Ticket, Ron Third Down, Best Bets, and the VSX crew. When I get back, we're going to lock it, load it, and finish it out for you. VSX, get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 6 on AM 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas. Online at KSHP.com.
This football season, stay in the game with Fubo TV. Over 100 live channels, including NFL Network, NBA TV, and FS1. Don't miss any of the action. Get 7 days free on us at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
More fire, more heat. You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket.
JB the Ticket back on the line with you, waking you up early. You know what time it is. Every Saturday and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Ron Third Down, Best Bets, back on the line with me. Ron, we're getting ready to sign out. It has been an eventful week in sports betting tonight. Again, you got that NHL playoffs. Stanley Cup Final. VGK back in it. Owner Bill Foley said, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. They got to go in 6 to get that Stanley Cup here in Vegas. Not going to be able to make too many slushies in it, though. It is summertime. Super hot out here in Vegas. You guys are going to want to stay with us. 107.1 all summer long. Got those NFL preview shows coming up. Major League Baseball with Scotty Beam-Up-Webb and more special guests lined up for this fall. So again, Ron, it's going to be a big game tonight. VGK. First game. Back in the finals. What say ye, man? You think these guys are going to get it? I know you think it's going to be under the total. Goals scored. Still think they can take it down money line at -130. Go ahead.
I do. I think it'd be Vegas 2-1 today. I think that city's going to be rocking when it does.
So he's telling you right now, take the Vegas Golden Knights, rotation number 44 at home tonight. If you like him in the puck line, -1.5. They got to win by 2, but he said 2-1, so stay away from that. Just go money line, people. Win, lose, or draw, there are no dogs in the championship game. Best 2 teams in each league. So you can make money either way, but of course we're going with those hometown Vegas Golden Knights here at Vegas Scoreboard Express. Live every Saturday and Sunday morning on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. All money, all sports, no bull. So we're getting ready to sign off. Thank you so much, Ron, for stopping by the big board today. He'll be back tomorrow to give you the full breakdown of that NBA preview between the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets. And, of course, I'll be back in the morning for you, breaking it down with you as well. Be sure to go to my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Get those daily deals. Click those links. Support the sponsors. And also all of you advertisers out there, small business owners, VSXDigitalNetwork.com, VSXDigitalSportsNetwork.com, that is, for all your advertising needs. So, again, Ron, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm your host and boss of the big board, JB the Ticket, signing off. You know what time it is. Grab your bankroll, hit the window, and beat the line. It's time to do one thing. Get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
The world-famous radio shopping show weekdays on 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas and KSHP.com.